Now that we're coming to the concluding lecture of the course, we are seeing the river of Indo-Tibetan Buddhism expand into the estuary of all of the Buddhisms and then merging into the ocean of world cultures. And here we want to focus then on the integration of the scientific sutra and artistic tantra, educational and technological methods shared by all the Tibetan spiritual orders, which was the key cause of the development of the unique Buddhist culture, or Buddhistic culture of Tibet. I call the final demilitarized form of consciousness that it inculcates millennial or apocalyptic, which manifests popularly in the Renaissances of the 15th centuries and 16th centuries, and becomes institutionalized in the 17th with the establishment of the Ganden Palace government headed by the Dalai Lamas. This was created, of course, by the previously described periods of the early dissemination, where the three great Dharma kings of Tongsen Gampo, Tri Ralwajen, and Trisong Detsen, and the great Pandits, the great adept Guru Rinpoche, Padmasambhava, and the great abbots of Shantarakshita and Kamalashila, and many individuals also who made great efforts to learn and to transform themselves and to change themselves for the better. And then again from what is called later dissemination from the 10th century and the Renaissance beginning around 1400, and the process of individual and collective development exemplified in the lives of the main figures, the great kings and adepts and abbots of the early period, and the Western Tibetan monastic kings such as Yishye, Jiangchebe, Rinchen Sambo, the great Lodzawa translator, Atisha, Jey and his main disciple, Jomtenpa, the five Kern families, Sakya mentors like Sakya Pandita and Pakpa, Marpa, Machi Labdran, the great female yogini who gave such a great teachings it fed back into India, Milarepa, the St. Francis of Tibet, you could say, Gampopa, the Karmapas, Longchenpa Tsongkhapa, Jey Rinpoche, and the Dalai Lamas and the Pension Lamas after him. And there were many thousands of other great translators and philosophers, courageous yogins and yogini psychonauts, and also scientific researchers, scholars, and great adept experimentalists. And all of these individuals accomplished great feats in the war against individual ignorance and national egotism, delusion, prejudice, hate, greed, and other addictive passions. This inner battle they led had the powerful effect of what's called morphic resonance in the collective consciousness of their nation, turning the interests of many, many persons, each of course at their own level, some very simple levels, toward conscious evolutionary goals, as they were inspired to make that best utilization of their precious human embodiments. During this 640, 1640, 1,000-year era, the life picture of karmic evolution became common sense for people in the society. Individuals felt a natural sense of having come from many former lifetimes of biological experience, of being embedded as individuals in a beginningless and potentially endless chain of different life forms, and of being subject to migrating again after death, after a relatively short moment of human life, into other embodiments, other realms, other life forms, ranging through all the human and animal forms from heavens to hells. Such a natural common sense makes the moments of this life seem incredibly valuable as opportunities to determine or at least positively affect those future lives. One thus feels naturally that one should invest the moments of this life in making inner mental and deep spiritual soul efforts, working to shape the instincts coded in one's subtlest mind, or soul you could call it. Buddhists can have a soul, by the way, big news flash. Sight of one's own immortal mental genes, which are the only things that will determine whether the seemingly endless future will be happy or miserable, since even at the super subtle soul level, one's continuum is a constantly changing thing. There's no fixed soul or fixed mind or fixed anything in the world, where every world is a stream of energy, of continuum. And so one then becomes part of that and committed to making that positive, feeling that one never will escape from it, in fact. And so one therefore wants to optimize it for oneself and for everyone else.